that is just simply understanding network marketing. It's so crucial, and I know I'm speaking to the converted here, but you really want your new person to look at network marketing and say, this is the industry for me. Because that creates that believability, or at least that makes the person go, no, I'm not going to go look at any other schemes, network marketing. And I'm going to be very careful about which network marketing company I choose, because I want to have the right one. Now, everybody is different, and some people like the whole idea of sales, going out and selling a product, and some people don't. Most people don't like sales. So that's one of the things it's a very good selling point with our company, is that you don't have to go out and sell. Okay? The snag, obviously, is that you don't make money right away when you sell a product. But when you do introduce new people, you can make money right away, which is very good. And most companies have that anyway. Alright, so network marketing is the biggest industry in the world, and that is so important. For the guy to realize, hey, I'm part of the biggest industry in the world. And that gives them credibility. So you can reach your goal through network marketing, because it's so many people are doing it. It's a simple concept. So let's talk about the simple concept. You use the product or the services, and you invite others to use the product or use the services. Simple as that. Not complicated. And you mustn't make it complicated. Yes, as people become professional, they learn techniques of how to motivate a person, and how to approach people correctly, and all that kind of stuff. But that's the bottom line. You use the product or the service, you invite others to use the product or the service, and then the company pays you a referral commission based on the cost of the service or the product that the people you refer to use. Simple. They pay you a referral commission. And lastly, when those people refer others, the company pays you a commission as well. So it goes on. Simple. Don't make it any more complicated than that. And then let the people see the value. Wow, so the more people you refer, the more money you make. And because it's a passive income, because every month people are using the service, it means every month you're making the money. And the penny will drop and the guy will say, wow, that is fantastic. And that's why you want to use MTN, because MTN, everybody knows MTN, every month people use the software. And that's the same with our product. Every month people are using the service, and they're getting motivated, and they enjoy the product, and they like the get-togethers, once a month get-togethers, they learn, they cross-pollinate ideas, they have fun, sometimes they get steak and chips, so that kind of thing, people love that, and so, yeah, those just add extra value. So network marketing is very popular because ordinary people can build a big company. An ordinary guy like you and me, and I really don't want, I'm so worried about people trying to be all smart and super clever. No, it's just ordinary guys like you and me, just the basics. Use a product, use a service, tell other people, and you make money. Simple as that. Okay. And there's so many companies that are doing it. I mean, Vox Telecom, we covered, Old Mutual started doing, I don't know what happened to Old Mutual. I actually know the guy who had the software that Old Mutual used to do their whole network marketing thing. And they claim the software let them down. Could be, because when I spoke to him, he said, you rewrote the whole software. So maybe that's why it didn't work. So he rewrote the whole software. But clientele life, we see their adverts all the time. Most people don't know about Vox Telecom. But Vox Telecom do voice over internet phoning.
Well, the other one is Prime Meridian.
Prime Meridian, okay. I didn't really know about Prime Meridian, but yeah, they want STL. Is that?
They're quite big now.
Is it? Okay, yeah, and so there's so many companies out there that do it.
It's UK, and they had a lot of problems.
UK, yeah.
They changed the name, it's now Checkers.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They had a lot of serious problems.
Yeah.
Because they were changing them, they thought that they were a
scheme.
pyramid scheme.
That's right.
Because of the product is
there's no product.
There's no product.
No, there is no product. Basically, all they do is they take 20% and they give it to charity, which is great. They'd given a lot of money away, but then they picked up the problems and then did shame. Yeah, so really, it's a huge industry. You've seen this video before, this one before, and I only came across this fairly recently, and I thought this was such a great slide. Because it's true, the guy at the top, the CEO of a company, he's got it made. He's smiling. It's not bad if you're the guy then. That's great for you. But these guys are making his dreams come true. And so effectively that's what you want. You actually want to be there. And that's what Robert Kiyosaki says. You want your own business. And so Donald Trump, he says, if I lost everything and started over again, I would find myself a great network marketing company and get to work. Because he realizes the value of that. And Warren Buffett, billionaire investor, philanthropist, owns 3 network marketing companies. He says that's the best investment I ever made. Why are these guys saying that? Because network marketing is the way to go. And I know I'm speaking to the converted. You guys know this. That's why you're here. But your new members don't. And you watch this and you say, oh, please, I've heard this 10 times. Yes, you have. But your new member doesn't believe it yet. That's why he stops working his network marketing business, because he doesn't believe that this is the way to go. He thinks this other scheme is going to work real better, or this product is going to be better, and he's going to go out and sell 1 million of these. He's not going to go out and sell 1 million of these unless he's a real super good salesman. And most people are. So yeah, I know you're bored, but get your guys, your new distributors, your new members, to just say to themselves, man, sure, network marketing is so good. Yes, it's so good. Do it. And the thing about network marketing, what Robert Kiyosaki says, it gives people the opportunity with very low risk and very low financial commitment to build their own income-generating asset and acquire great wealth. You want an income-generating asset. There are people in this room that haven't been working their Be Motivated Today business for a year or more. Every single month they make more than $1,000. They make a couple of thousand rand. Okay? Because it works. And that is exciting. You know? It's exciting. They've created for themselves an income generating asset. Okay, so this cash flow quadrant is so important. You want your new person to know about it. And what I'm covering is kind of the fast start training that you do with a new person. Kind of as time goes by, and you want to get them to a once a month training meeting where this kind of stuff is covered. So this is the kind of stuff that you want to cover at a fast start training meeting. You don't want to spend hours and hours on it, but your new person may not have heard it from his upline. So he needs to do it again. And yesterday we said in an opportunity meeting or the business seminar, we said, Robert Kiyosaki says the guys on the left-hand side here, they are like losers, losers. But they're not actually losers. That's not what they are. They are caught in a system where they cannot win. That's the problem when you're on the wrong side, on the left-hand side, my left, your left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant. You are losing. You're not a loser. You're losing. And that's the sad reality, because you are making a boss rich as an employee. The boss is making all the money and he's going on the overseas holidays. You're sitting at home wishing that you had more money so you can actually afford that nice car. And if you're self-employed and you've got 1 or 2 staff with you, or 3 staff, you're working hard. Dad knows, when he was running his coffee business, he was working hard. And then something went wrong, Suddenly your customers disappoint you, customers don't pay you. And you have a real problem, So self-employed guy, he thinks he's got it made. He definitely works his own time, his own hours, but he's working like crazy. Who else is self-employed or was self-employed? Couple more, yeah. See, so you know what it's like. This is where you want to be. You want to be on this side where you start having a business that creates wealth for you. And that's why Robert Kiyosaki says you can build a wealth-generating asset through network marketing. Then you have your own business. Obviously, if you've got a couple thousand and you can invest, that's great. And we've discussed somewhat a couple of investments. We talked about that last night as well. Unit trust is a very good place to invest. Very low risk. The growth is pretty good for investment purposes. You get anything from 15 to 30% on unit trusts, and that's good growth, All right. So the benefits of network marketing is that you make a difference in people's lives. And I know sometimes when you're struggling and you don't have any money, you can't even put bread on the table or food on the table, then making a difference in other people's lives is kind of out there, But like when Dion shared his why is to really make a radical difference, become a resource for the world. Oh, you know, there's hunger in Ethiopia. How much do they need? They need about 5 million, just, you know, for the month. Oh, okay. Our team, guys, can we come up with 5 million? Yeah, let's do it. We'll sell some of our unit trusts. We'll do some of this, you know. We've got the 5 million. We just got to put it together. $1 million here, $500,000 here, 2 million here. Let's do it. Okay. We can make a difference in people's lives. But I know if you can't even put food on the table, you're not thinking about that. But you can think big. You can think ahead. You make a difference in people's lives. Look, even if you don't pay, you know, to sort out the hunger problem in Ethiopia, you can help one person to start earning an extra 400 Rand a month. That can make a difference already. You know? Just help one person earn an extra 400 Rand. So that makes a difference. You benefit from the efforts of others, which I love that. I heard about that when I was 24. When I was 24, I discovered how you can benefit from the efforts of others in a direct sales company. You became a manager, then you had a team of direct salespeople that went out door-to-door selling, and I was selling stuff as well, you know. I thought, hey, this is great. Then I came across network marketing about 2 years later. And ever since then, I've said, man, this is awesome. You benefit from the efforts of others. And the new person who has never come across network marketing before thinks it's a scheme, but he doesn't realize he benefits from the efforts of other people all the time. The telephone was invented by Alexander Bell. Oh, you know that was his last invention, hey? Because every time he sat down to invent something else, the phone would ring. We benefit from Alexander Bell's efforts. What else is a benefit to you and me because someone else built it?
Yes.
We forget that we actually all benefit from the efforts of other people. And we don't realize it. If you're in a company and you're not the salesperson, you're an administrator or manager or whatever, you're benefiting from the effort of all the salespeople. Just think of any company.
Yeah.
They've got a sales force of 10 or 20. Those guys are bringing in the business.
Yeah.
You're part of the management group that manages it. Maybe you're one of the production staff. But if those salespeople don't get that product sold, forget it. You're going to lose your job.
Correct. Who said
And so you
he
benefit
doesn't want to benefit from 100% of his efforts? He wants to benefit from 1% of each and every about 100 people.
Correct. John Paul Getty. That's correct. John Paul Getty said it. In fact, the quote's going to come out just now. I'd rather benefit 1% or 1 hour from 100 means work than to all the 100 hours myself.
Yeah.
Correct. So, people often say, oh, yeah, it's a pyramid scheme, and yeah, oh, I don't want to benefit from other people. But you've been benefiting from other people your whole life. And as we said, if you're not the salesperson, you benefit from the salesperson's work. Now, you're part of a team, which is great. That's great. So you're not all on your own. You know? You are your own boss, which is fantastic. But you are not on your own. You work from home. You've got this great potential. It's immediate income that you can generate as you bring in new people. It's a lasting income, which is fantastic. It's available for every single person. Everybody can do it. I mean, you just have to see a person walking along the road, you say, hey, you know, that person, I can approach that person. And it's like, hey, I'm sorry, I know you must think I'm crazy, but you look like a sharp person. And I'm looking for some sharp people. I'm expanding my business in this area, and I'm looking for some sharp people, and you look sharp. Guys dressed smartly, he's walking fast, he looks like he's got the right energy. I know this sounds crazy, but if I could show you a way to make an extra couple of thousand Rand, would you take a look? What can the guy say? Yes or no? We can say. If he says no, you say, hey, fantastic, no problem. Thanks for your time. If he says yes, say, great, when can we meet for coffee? Yeah. So it's for anybody. Anybody can do it. Low startup cost. With Be Motivated having 356 Rand is nothing. No employees. Obviously, you're working with the team, and you're going to learn the skills to just keep motivating them, keep encouraging them, keep helping them to work at it. But they're not working for you, which is great. And there's significant tax benefits. What you really want to do is, if you can, devote a room of your house, if you can, a room to your business. A lot of people have got their own studies in their house. So you have your study, and that becomes a tax benefit. So the rent that you pay, or the bond that you pay off, the electricity, the water, everything, you can then make as a tax benefit. And that's excellent. Lastly, freedom. That's what we all want. We all want freedom. That's what network marketing can give you. Here's the quote by John Paul. I'd rather benefit 1 hour from the efforts of 100 men than work all 100 hours myself. Yeah. You've seen this before, maybe you haven't. There's the CEO, he's got his directors with vice president, he's got his senior managers, middle managers, junior managers, he's got all the support staff, admin, accounting, sales, he's got the production staff, the factory staff, cleaning staff, maintenance, all these guys, right? And everybody's working, and obviously the money flows to the top because he benefits from all the efforts of all of these people. That's what you want. You want to be up there. You want to be up there and benefit. And it's just going to take some time. It's just going to take some time to build a business to get to that place. Obviously the guys down here, if it's in a network marketing company, they're benefiting from products. As they bring in new people, they're going to make some money. But because you've got a big team, you're going to make big money, and that's what you want. All right, and then, so that brings us up to our next piece about what we've just talked about. And comments, hooks and queries. Not. Thanks for the comments.
That slide of that quote.
The quote. Yes, let's go back to that. John Paul. I'd rather benefit 1 hour from the efforts of 100 men than work all 100 hours myself.
Just a quick comment on that. Actually,
Yes.
that's exactly what MasterCard is doing. They're taking a little small percentage of each and every transaction throughout the world. That's how they make money. So I'll rather make a little bit of a lot of people than a lot from just one guy, and then that falls nowhere on high.
Yeah. Great. Just making a little bit from a lot of people. That's how they make their money. Yes.
On the very first slide in this section, it says, it is one of the greatest things in the industry.
The biggest industry in the world.
Yes. Is it possible because it's a PDF? Is it PDF, or can you change it to profession? And then you explain specifically why you're saying it's a profession. Because the industry is, in my opinion, the industry is, anything is industry. But for you to become successful, you need to operate so that it becomes a profession.
Definitely we can do that. Good point. Yeah, great. Good stuff. All right. Any other?
Significant tax benefits
Yeah.
is the only point that I don't understand. Why are there significant tax benefits?
Okay.
And what are they in general?
Okay. So when you get into your car, just to be specific, when you get into your car and you drive out to see a guy to show him this business opportunity, it's petrol that you use, okay, and it's insurance and all of that, and then you show him your opportunity. At the restaurant, you buy him a cup of coffee, so you're spending money on that. Okay. So now let's say, for example, you're making from your Be Motivated business, let's say you're making 200 Rand a month. But it's costing you, with your petrol and everything, as you're building your business, it's costing you 150 Rand a month with just your petrol expenses and your coffee expenses and those kind of things. So now, you're not actually making 200 Rand profit, you're making only 50 Rand profit. But when you start this business, you are making nothing. But you are getting a salary from a job, and your job gives you whatever it gives you, but you're spending 150 Rand on petrol, and then if you have the house and you can dedicate one room to your business, and your bond is, say, 5,000 Rand a month, or your rent, or let's say 10,000 Rand, make the maths easier. You spend 10,000 Rand a month on your house, and your house has got a square meterage of, just to make the maths easier, 100 square meters. And that room is 25 square meters. That's a quarter of the house. 25 square meters is a quarter of the house for that room. Your bond is 10,000 Rand a month. A quarter of that house is used for work purposes. So that means a quarter of the bond becomes a tax deduction.
Awesome.
So if you're earning 20,000 Rand a month, but you're spending 10,000 Rand a month on your bond, and you are paying so much tax, now you can say the taxman, but you know what, for my business, and because of the room that I'm using, I actually am spending, that's another quarter of my 10,000, so it's 2,500 Rand for my business. Plus then there's water and all of that. There's a bit of a tax calculation that I can give you, how you can do that. But then there's also the petrol that I talked about. So you will keep a log on the driving that you do for business and the driving that you do for non-business.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have to keep a log, but it's worth it.
It's actually an excellent point, the tax point. We forget, I've forgotten about the tax. When you're in an opportunity meeting, a lot of people always bring up the tax or whatever, but they bring it up in a negative way. Oh, so now I'm going to have to pay tax and whatever. You can actually swing that whole thing around and say, yeah, you're going to pay tax, but you know what? In your normal employment or whatever, you don't have these tax benefits. Now you have, it's an additional selling point.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about it.
That's right. And the thing is, you now become a provisional taxpayer. Or you ask to be made a provisional taxpayer. And in the beginning, when you're not making so much money, and you can use these tax breaks for to write off your tax, for especially the bond is the big one.
Yeah.
The bond or your rent, that's the big one. Plus you add the water and the electricity to that, and if you have a garden service, you can add all that. Everything that you spend on the house, the maintenance, everything can become a tax deduction, which means you end up getting money back from the taxman because you're correct. Because you can end up getting like 2,000 Rand back per month on tax, while you're still only making 1,000 Rand a month from your BMT business. Do you understand?
Let SARS pay us to work.
Exactly.
Also, you can ask for a tax directive as well.
You'll ask for a tax directive. Yeah, you can ask for a tax directive, or you can just ask to become a provisional taxpayer. Okay. Any other questions on this? But you definitely want to chat to a professional about that and get him to help you, because sometimes it can be quite complicated.
Okay.
All right, we